Hey y'all, hope you're doing amazing. Brandon Rinas here. So, we've all had that person on Facebook or that friend of ours that just is so brainwashed that you couldn't convince them that the Patriots suck or whatever it is, the politician sucks or whatever it is. They're just so completely blinded by their person. And I'm sure a lot of Republicans feel the same way about Hillary Clinton supporters, and Hillary Clinton supporters feel the same way about Trump supporters, and the world goes on and on and on, whether we're talking about Jill Stein, Gary Johnson, whatever it is. But before we start attacking other people and feeling like they're stupid for being closed-minded, we should also look at ourselves and go, well, I'm not changing my mind. I shouldn't be judging others for not changing theirs. Or I only surround myself with my version of propaganda, which is only on the right or only on the left. How can I attack somebody else for not listening to my perspective when I don't do the same? So try to be consistent. And my whole goal of this channel was to promote critical thinking on all sides and to try to be honest. So today I'm going to go over Hillary Clinton. And I'm going to try to go over different things that we should hold any presidential candidate to be accountable on, or things that we should look for in a presidential candidate. Just basic things. We'll go down the list. The top few things that I came up with are trust, leadership, our economy, freedom, donors, protecting our country, and qualified, like how qualified they are. Those are just the list of things that I have. I feel like that's pretty basic. Most of us should be able to unite. And obviously, when we're talking about trust, we're dealing with, on the top two candidates, in fact, well, let's just go all four, because I try to not discriminate against any one of them, because I hate this two-party system. So between all of them, we have some serious trust issues. Gary Johnson has trust issues on a lot of things because he's struggling because of some of the words he's saying. We've got Hillary Clinton, who is one of the most disliked people in the history of the United States when it comes to running for president. Donald Trump is not far behind her or not far ahead of her. I mean, it's depending on how you look at it. So when I say trust, we can't expect to have perfect trust for any candidate. And I apologize, Jill Stein, you are still in the race. I'm not trying to attack you either and ignore you. But again, I don't trust you or not trust you, but that's the whole point. So anyway, my point is that we're not going to be able to find perfect candidate that hits every single category dead on. But we would expect them to have at least quite a few of those categories locked up for our candidate. So that way we have a legitimate reason to support them. So let's go over just this basic list with Hillary Clinton and kind of go from there. So we're going to start with trust and talk about, is Hillary Clinton trustworthy? Well, I think the answer is no. Do we need to go into details? Do we need to talk about her emails? There's a lady that deleted 33,000 emails and then deleted or smashed devices with hammers, hiding from the FBI after she'd been subpoenaed. Now, most people would go to prison for that, but Hillary Clinton's special. She doesn't have to go to prison for that. But to call her trustworthy is a bit of a stretch. This is a lady that lied, mocking our troops and the American public's intelligence, saying that she landed under sniper fire when she never did. Okay. We got Benghazi that she lied about repeatedly. In fact, she blamed Benghazi on a YouTube video. Yeah. So we're just going to say, well, trust and Hillary Clinton don't go together. But that's all right. We got more of a list to go down. So we'll try to give her the benefit of the doubt. So how about a leadership? Hillary Clinton's been in office for a long time. We should be able to look at different issues that she's really led the charge on. Actually, it's really difficult. There's some small issues, and I'm not trying to attack the 9/11 victims or the first responders by saying it's a small issue. But in general, she did help push a bill through that helped give 9/11 first responders medical care and things of this kind. So she did help in that. But we can look at things that she's changed her view on, or things that she has been super late to the party on. How about gay marriage? She's been against that until popular opinion changed, and then it was like, oh, well, I'm going to become the popular president nominee, so I need to change my opinion on gay marriage. This isn't like, oh, she took a leadership role and started pushing this or promoting it. She didn't promote freedom for everyone. No, she followed. So what about the war? Well, she followed that too. She was a follower, but now she admits, it's not a good thing. How about TPP? Yeah, same thing actually. She was all for it, and now she's not so much for it. because it's not popular. So this is a lady that's not a leader at all. So when we're going through this list now, we've got trust, she failed that one. Leadership, she failed that one. But we still got more to go, so don't worry. How about the economy? Is Hillary Clinton economically illiterate when it comes to fixing our economy? Well, we know she supported bailouts. We know she supported quantitative easing. We know Bush destroyed our economy and she didn't do jack squat to stop him. She wasn't telling the poor and the middle class to get out of the stock market or housing bubble. In fact, she supported the programs that created the boom. Then it crashed, destroying wealth, especially for the poor and the middle class. And then she supported the bailouts, quantitative easing, and lowering interest rates, which all helped the wealthy 1% as we got out of the bubble. And then she supported more of the same from Obama, who lowered interest rates even lower when it crashed in 2008. Who supported more bailouts, who supported programs like Clash for Clunkers, which created a car bubble. We now have a student loan bubble, we have a credit bubble, and we have another housing bubble. So these are all things that help the wealthy. But if you're poor and middle class, economically, she's not very helpful to you. In fact, she hurt you tremendously. We can look at the price on everything. In fact, she supports this Keynesian idea of inflation, which means the price on everything is going up while your paycheck stays the same. So in case you haven't noticed, rent prices are going up, electricity is going up, food is going up in price. But your job, are you getting more money at work? Maybe a little bit more, but you're not getting as much as the inflation. In general, again, obviously there's exceptions to every rule. So on the economy, it's a big yeah, she failed, she flunked, she was not able to do that. But there's other issues. We can look at her record. You know, what's her record? Well, we can't say she has a good record on the economy. We can't say she has a good record on wars unless you like lots of wars and you're a big warmonger. She's really good for you that. But where is she good? How about the Patriot Act? She supported that too. So her record, as in what she has voted for and what she has done, is not very good. How about just basic individual freedoms? Well, in my opinion, she's horrible. And I don't really call this an opinion. Hillary Clinton, when it comes to freedom, she supports more rules and regulations for business. That's not freedom. That hurts people. How about the Patriot? We already know she supports the Patriot Act. Obamacare, forcing you to buy a program, get into a government program, kind of like Social Security. That sounds good at the start and then becomes a huge disaster where it hurts far more people than it helps. Yeah, she supports Obamacare, which is not freedom. It takes away your freedom. She supports detaining people at Guantanamo Bay. Yeah. Obama expanded the Patriot Act, so now we can assassinate people. Well, she supported that. How about whistleblowers who actually are trying to protect our freedom, like Julian Assange? Or the gentleman that's escaping my mind at the moment. I'll get to him in a few minutes here. There's a video about him. I'll get to him. I promise. I can't think of his name. She attacks all whistleblowers. So with freedom, she fails. She flunks. It's a strikeout. So now we've gone down quite the list. Let's go with donors. Who supports her? Hillary Clinton is supported, weird, by the top 1%. So we were just talking about how the people she's helped economically are the top 1%. And that's who she's supported by. You know, donors actually, in my opinion, they mean a lot. We can look at Bernie Sanders, who's a Democrat, aka slash socialist. He was hugely supported by our military, our active duty men and women military. Donald Trump now receives the most donations from our active duty military. Last election, it was Ron Paul. So these are important things to look at. When the top 1%, the Wall Street and the big banksters, they're the ones giving the person all the money, do you expect Hillary Clinton to actually do things that's going to affect them in a negative way? Do you think these guys are giving hundreds of millions of dollars to Hillary Clinton so she can hurt them? By definition, that would be insanity if you believe that. Good luck. So when it comes to donors, yeah, she's not very good. How about protecting our freedoms or protecting us as individuals? Well, we know she wants more Syrians over here. We know she wants to bring more people to our country. We can't even afford the people that we have here. We can't afford the care for our own soldiers here. We have 22 veterans every single day committing suicide. We can't afford to take care of them better. But we are going to let 50,000 more migrants come over here from Syria, war-torn Syria. Or she wants to increase it. Yeah, something like that. Whatever. I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head. Long story short, she wants more. She's not really big on protecting the border. She says she's going to vet them, but she can't even vet the people that she has doing advertisements for her. She just had the Mexican model lady running anti-Donald Trump campaign ads. This is a lady that threatened a judge, drove a getaway vehicle for murder. I mean, she can't even vent her own advertisements, not to mention venting people coming into our country. Good grief. She doesn't believe in the Second Amendment. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, she's going to take away all your guns. I don't think she'd be against that, but I don't think that's realistic. Do I think she's going to help the Second Amendment? Do I think she's going to help you protect your family? Do I think that she's going to help you be able to access weapons to defend yourself from bad guys? No. She's going to make it more difficult for you to access firearms. Okay. So I don't believe in protecting people. She's very good at that. We can look at the poor and the middle class. It's been getting worse. We can look at the situations in all of our inner cities. That's all getting worse. What has she been doing to stop that? Nothing. So on protection, she strikes out. Qualified. Well, this is the one thing we would expect Hillary Clinton to be qualified, right? She has a tremendous amount of experience. She has a tremendous amount of time in office. She was the first woman. She's been Secretary of State. She's been a senator of New York. Hillary Clinton is definitely qualified, right? Well, I want you to think about qualified from a business owner's perspective. Let's say you hire someone. You run let's say a high-end restaurant. Yeah, a high-end restaurant. You got a chain, everything's going good. You got 15 different restaurants. And this gentleman comes out of school, comes out of college, and he wants to get hired onto you. And you ask him, well, why should I hire you? Or ma'am, whatever it is. And he says, well, I've been through college. You can see I'm motivated. I've worked really hard through college. I pushed myself. I became smarter. I've got a degree. This is why you should hire me. I am here to push myself and become better. And you say, all right, I'll hire you, buddy. So you hire Bob, and Bob starts working for you, and he's a cook, and he starts working as a cook. And you start trying to give Bob more things to do. You start trying to help him clean or have him do paperwork for you. And Bob's like, no, man. I just want to master cooking. I just want to cook. And you're like, all right. So 3 years down the road, all he's done is cook. He hasn't learned anything else about the restaurant. He shows up every single day. Cool, he's got cooking mastered. 10 years down the road, he shows up to your office and he says, man, I want a raise. I am so qualified for a raise. I feel like I should be in the leadership position of this restaurant. I've been here 10 years. I should be managing it. And you tell Bob, you're like, hey, Bob, we got a problem here. How should you have a leadership role in this restaurant when you won't learn to do the paperwork? When you won't learn to clean the place? When you won't learn to schedule? When you haven't learned how to manage? Because you're spending your time just flipping burgers and just cooking. That's not qualified to manage this restaurant. Yes, you've spent tons of time here, but qualified goes off of results. What your results are is you're a cook, and that is it. You don't deserve a raise. You don't deserve a promotion. That is what Bob is going to get, and that is what Hillary Clinton is. Hillary Clinton has been in the system for forever, but she isn't qualified. She wasn't out there saying, hey, we shouldn't go to war with Iraq. I can recognize that this is a disaster. She isn't qualified. She wasn't out there when Bush was destroying the economy. She wasn't saying, hey, this is no good. We should probably stop this. No, she wasn't doing any of that. She's supporting all of it. Obama has done nearly identical economic policies, doing the same exact thing as George W. Bush. Has she been out there trying to stop him? Has she been out there slowing him down? Was she out there saying, hey, Obamacare here, this is actually going to force people out of full-time jobs and give them part-time jobs, which hurts our economy. It looks good for our statistics because, we got lots of people hired. Look at all the jobs we're creating, lots of part-time jobs. But it's not helping people in the long run. Was she out there saying that? No. Did she say, hey, this is unsustainable? No. Did she say, hey, this is actually going to make prices go up when everybody was promised that they could keep their own insurance, which they obviously weren't able to, and that the prices would go down, which they haven't done? No. So she wasn't qualified on that. So how could Hillary Clinton be qualified? She's that burger flipper that hasn't learned anything past that point. When I look at Donald Trump and his support, sometimes it boggles my mind to a degree when I hear him say stupid things. Or when I listen to him speak. To me, he's such a pathetic speaker, it hurts me. Like, it just, I'm going to build that wall, it's going to be taller, Mexico's going to pay for it, rah, 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 rah. But in general, even though I don't agree with a lot of stuff Donald Trump says, and I don't support him on a lot of things, I can understand people supporting Donald Trump. He is not establishment. He's something different. He is pointing out that our economy is in bad shape, which most people that are out there working recognize. They might not know why, but they recognize something's not right. So I can understand him getting support from those people. Some people are frustrated with Muslims that are coming to our country, or different refugees that are coming to our country, or Mexicans that are coming to our country. And so yes, I can understand them supporting him for those reasons. I don't like that because to me it breeds a little bit of racism. It doesn't unite us. But I can understand how he can get support from that. I can understand how Donald Trump can get support because he leads. He takes a stand. He doesn't care if he says something offensive. He doesn't care if people get hurt and their feelings get hurt. He says something like a man, and whether you like it or not, he's going to stand by it. So people look at him as a leader. I can understand all of that. I do not understand how Hillary Clinton has any support. I don't. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. I understand how Hillary Clinton has support from the top 1%. From Wall Street, the big banks, huge, massive corporations. I understand that. Yep. She's perfect for all of them. But I do not understand how she's getting one middle-class vote. I don't understand how she's getting one vote from the average citizen, the person that's out there working 9 to 5 or more. The average person that's working 60 hours a week. The family of 1, 2, 7, 12 kids. I don't understand how they could vote for her. This is a lady that wants more public school situations, more of the same. We've increased our spending on public schools 200%, and our schools suck. They're horrible. And she says, more of the same. Social Security is going bankrupt. And she says, you know what? We're going to expand it. It's a great program. It's going bankrupt. It does not make it a good program. She sways according to the polls. She doesn't have a foundation she stands on. I do not understand how Hillary Clinton has any support. I do my very best to try to look at things from an optimistic perspective. I don't get it. I don't understand how she can get it. She attacks people like Edward Snowden, the man that I forgot, and Julian Assange, people that are trying to protect our rights and our freedoms. She attacks them and says, oh, we should drone strike them. We should kill them. We should execute them. The people that are trying to protect our freedoms, she is suggesting that we kill them and execute them. That's Hillary Clinton for you. She blames Benghazi on a YouTube video. How do you trust her? With your life? With your children's lives? With our soldiers' lives? With anything? You can't trust her with the economy? I do not understand how Hillary Clinton is getting support. Who is supporting her? Tell me why. And this excuse that, well, she's not Donald Trump, that's not a reason. That is an excuse, and that is pitiful. I'm curious. If your mom, let's say you want a babysitter for your house. So you want a babysitter, and you go, hey, I'm going to go get this girl right here. I'm going to go get this girl. And your mom's like, yeah, I wouldn't get that girl. She just murdered her own kid the other day. She was having a bad day, and she slaughtered her own kid, chopped her up in the sink. And you go, okay, well, I won't get her. So you say, you know what, I'm going to get this guy right here. And your mom says, yeah, I wouldn't get that guy either. He's a rapist. He has a proven rape record. He's raped little children. And you go, well, you know what, he's not the murderer, so we're going to get the rapist. That is how bad the excuse is for you guys that are saying, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because he's not Hillary Clinton. I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton because he's not Donald Trump. I am all for you guys voting for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or whoever it is that you're going to vote for. But have a reason, have morals, have values for the reason that you're supporting the person. I understand, hey, there's a lot of Trump supporters out there, and you guys can say, hey, I'm voting for him because he is something different. He is not establishment. He is not more of the same. He is not owned by Wall Street and the big banks. He speaks his mind. He stands his ground. Although I may not agree with you, at least I can understand that. I do not understand Hillary Clinton supporters. None. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Unless you're super flippin' rich. Why would you support her? Why? I try so hard to not be biased. I try so hard to give people the benefit of the doubt. I cannot with Hillary Clinton. There's no doubt to give her. She has a proven track record of disaster for everyone except the wealthy and for herself. That is it. And that is what you're voting for if you're voting for Hillary Clinton. Guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. My goal is to create videos that we can share on Facebook, on Twitter, where we're actually helping people unite, helping people think, why am I voting for that person? Why am I supporting this candidate? We can't fix our country unless we start uniting and working together. And that is my goal with my channel. If you want more videos like this, of someone that speaks his mind, someone that is doing his best to not be biased, someone that's not promoting talking points from either party, please hit subscribe. My goal is to help as many people as possible, to bring us together and to unite us, so that way we can truly fix the real problems that are going on in this country. That's about all I got for tonight, guys. I really appreciate the time. This video went a lot longer than most, but there's no short way of going over Hillary Clinton without missing stuff or without kind of shortchanging the public, and I'm not willing to do that. That's all for tonight. Peace out. Thank you so much.